Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Ben the Human Plays Hollywood Animal. Jasper Palmer has something to say. Oh, this is the one where you let Wendy Carpenter talk with like Sergio the handsy man. And spoiler alert, it actually turns out fine. Weirdly enough. Oh, the rotten fates again. Now what's wrong? Oh, Judi Dench. No. Oh, we gotta be on good terms with the head of the Mafia family. I haven't even met those guys yet. Dump his ass, Judy. Rude. Men. The worst, I say. Alright, we need to write something with Alan Harmon here. Let's take a look at... I wish you could look at the themes before you write the movie here, but let's take a look. What haven't we really used yet? We haven't done a lot with Fantasy Kingdom. So maybe a Fantasy Kingdom would be kind of fun. We could do just like a basic ass Disney movie with like a Cinderella character and call it an adventure. Yeah. So let's think. Ooh, Beauty and the Beast is actually not too bad. So let's say, I think I did Beauty and the Beast in the last playthrough, but here we are again. We'll call it Belle and the Bastard. I crack myself up. Adventure, historical, romance, kind of everything. Like a 35... 25, 40. It's set in like, I don't actually know when it's set. What, 1800s? 1700s France? Somewhere in there. This is where Spirited Young Woman would work, but we don't have that as a thing. So I'm just gonna call her a hopeless romantic. It's not really true, but you know, that's the best we can do. The enemy is Gaston, so we'll call him a murderer, and then there's a love interest, who is the Beast. There is a parent, not really a strict parent though. Tis the father, but he's not really a strict parent. Not really a love triangle. I guess we could call it love and rivalry with Gaston. She doesn't like him, but we'll say winning the beloved, and then the protagonist gets a chance for a better life. That's close. We're working with what we got here. Good luck, Alan. I believe in you. Somewhat. How are you coming on the whiskey? 131 days? Still got a ways to go. Gold Rush. Not to be confused with Rush Hour. Gold Rush Hour? Combine the two together? All right. Security, Anthony Silva. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, shouldn't have worried. Sergio's hands. He didn't allow himself the slightest adventure. Good job, Sergio. Way to not be a creep. Medium landscaping. And that makes everybody happy, right? Reasonable amount of landscaping. How do I change that? I forget. Let's go. Change. Medium. Yes. We've done it. Does that make everybody happier? The average employee happiness is 55. Lydia, would you like a watch, girl? Yeah. There we go. Just give random people random presents every now and again. You guys are all working. Okay, good. The Sword of Christ. These guys do not like my films. Surprise, surprise. Oh. You know? Yeah, what goes around comes around, Daniel. I don't more blame Daniel too much there. Maybe he'll come out of it a better person. I doubt it, but still. Oh, that's so funny. All right, Andrew Strickland. Waiting for film to start. All right, we're gonna film entirely on location here. Doppler, sonotone. Just wait until our list is so long I'll forget about the cameras I even have. Our producers are all busy again. Well, we could get Michael Hammond on board. They're pretty cheap in the grand scheme of things for the producers that you can hire. Still running around $3.5 million. I think we're gonna break even this year. That's my hunch. There you go, Michael Herman. Oh yeah, this is Lana Kraft. Arrival, the criminal mastermind. All right, we gotta hire a new one. I guess we go Teresa Barnett. She's the best one that's available. Give her some medical insurance. Everybody loves medical insurance. And then just punch out movies rapidly. That's like my entire strategy is make as many movies as like as literally as fast as you possibly can. And you know, make money. It seems to work. I don't know. I'll keep doing it until I learn otherwise. Is it gone? Yes! Salvador, you legend! You spent like a year working on that secret and it finally went away. Gold Rush has a problem. Oscar Casey is a whole head shorter than the actress playing his lover. Well, give him some shoes, I suppose. Can I give him a watch to make him feel better? Where is he at? Oscar? Oscar. I got a watch for you, man. I know it's not going to completely offset the shoes problem, but at least you got a sick watch now. Little bit down, but not too bad. Every person has a limit to their potential. Yeah, we're well aware. 6 stars is pretty good. And I know filming stopped for 20 days because Keanu Reeves got into a car crash or something like that. Drunkard. All right, there we go. Hanoon. Ooh, boy. Oh, wait. That was about what it was punching at before. Oh, these posters are kind of baller. I like this one. All right. So all his defeats has already been scheduled. Kind of thinking, like, run it back. I'm kind of curious how Steel Jaw is performing. It does seem like it's gaining a bit of money right afterwards, but I feel like we're kind of pushing into... Although you would run over 4th of July, which is pretty nice. Like, basically, I was like, where do we fit our movies in? And you're a 2-star movie. Like, you're not that good. Wrong. So we do 3,000 here. And then if you're a 2-star movie, and what was our... Can I see how you... Swan Neck, you're the one that's the closest here. So you made a box office, and I feel like I ran you at 5,000, right? Is there any way to see what I ran, what kind of theaters I ran you for? I guess not. I feel like it was 5,000, but I undershot it even at a 2-star movie. So let's go 2.5. And then we won't run any additional... Well, no. I remember, wasn't it 4,100, like, pretty spot on? I forget. High noon. The max. What the heck does that mean? There. So this is probably for men, but we'll go full adults and maybe boys too. You want to hire so many advertisers, the campaign will most likely be too chaotic. You'll spend a lot of money, but everyone will come to the premiere, including viewers who absolutely can't stand this kind of cinema. Huh. I'm at a loss. Maybe, I think advertising's changed from what I remember then. We'll just guess. Yes, we have to apologize for Daniel Radcliffe pulling on the damn emergency brake of the train and injuring 13 people because there was a woman conductor. The man is an absolute menace, and I am not sorry he got the crap beat out of him. Homer Barnett can hardly move in his armor and can't raise his heavy metal sword. This is because the director insisted on realistic night props, but didn't take care to properly train the actors. We would like to make him sword and armor out of something light, but we don't have sets and props. I guess we'll film the other stuff while he's training. Aren't we working on sets and props? We are, but it's still 70 days away. Rolling edits has finally come through for us, which is nice. Let's go new story elements. I feel like I've been running into the limit of what I'd like for my story elements there. Let's hold on to $400,000. We can eat a week to save ourselves $100,000. Hey, Criminal Gang is a cool one to have gotten early on. It's been a while. I got that later in my playthrough last time. So let's do an action movie starring a criminal gang, opposing a criminal gang. Didn't we do John Wick? I'm pretty sure we did John Wick last playthrough. Is Boondock Saints about about going up against a criminal gang? Loon Harbor Angels. It's an action drama. Willem Dafoe's in it. Also Norman Reedus. Modern American City, basically. The protagonist. Isn't he a hitman? I can't remember what his job is. We'll call him a working man. The antagonist is the criminal gang. We'll give him two. We'll just say two guys. We don't have that many actors. We'll call it a sidekick. Shooting. There's a lot of shooting. There is avenging a loved one, I think. And then they kill all of the antagonists. Does the protagonist die heroically in Boondock Saints? I don't recall. Comedy. Can we give this to you, Felix? I'm very curious what happens here. So is he doing both at once now? Bernard, you're available. We could do a comedy. Gold Rush has a problem. Rat droppings in her hotel room and is demanding she move to a nicer place. I don't have production support, so you go where I tell you to. Sorry. No choice otherwise. Comedy movie, though, Bernard. What would you like to do? Oh, I started writing. The Sacred Cup. Can you guess what movie that is? I'm not gonna tell you. I want you guys to guess down in the comments. Comedy, historical comedy. Mostly comedy. Closest thing we have is a fantasy kingdom. The protagonist is a knight. The antagonist, kind of an evil witch. Definitely sidekick involved. I wish I had like Long Journey would be the perfect one for this theme. But there is slapstick mayhem for sure. And like a bit of winning the beloved does happen in there. And then how does it end? It's the protagonist gets punished, but I don't have that one yet. So we'll say they overcome self-doubt. Is how the film ends. You tell me what you think. I think I've given you a good enough clue based on the title I came up with to figure out what that movie is. But do let me know if you did figure it out. All right. Rolling Thunder. This is like a detective, right? Detective Bandit. Thunder and lightning. I got nothing, man. I'm terrible at the taglines. Steeljaw has basically run its full course. But we did make a decent chunk of money in the back 4 weeks here. It was like 120, 150, close to 200,000, I'd say, all said and done. So not too bad. And a million 1.1 million made? That's pretty good. It's a scam! Cinematique, exquisite cinematique, extremely mediocre film. Well, yeah. Theodore Reeves have leveled up. Good job. Get me more money research bonus. That would be sick. Max out everybody else. Hit the theaters. There we go. Let's see how Rolling Thunder do. Daniel Drake is finally done. Oh, that's a pretty good movie. Didn't Daniel Drake have like eight problems like in post-production? It's like an adventure and on the island with the tribal chief. Sure, Daniel Drake can have a ponytail. Why not? Why can't he? All right, so we want Daniel Drake to run. Maybe we run it here. You know? Well, hold on. Think about this. 'Cause you're a 5-star. Maybe what we'll do is just, you know, until we get better movies, maybe it doesn't make that much sense to try and care about this secondary window. Because you're not going to make a ton of money there. Maybe we only care about that window if we don't have anything else running. So for now, let's try and guess what you're going to run at. I'm going to bet that you can hit 10,000. And then if you're hitting 10,000 in the first week, let's guess the second week runs at 7. The third week runs at 4. And then the final week, we'll just see how it goes. But I think that does make sense to me from a, like, early on in the game. Do we care about getting, like, milking literally as much money as we can out of everything? Probably not. Yeah, so okay, so I think what it's telling me here is we don't want to use more than 4 advertisers. I think we want to limit our choices to 4 advertisers now. So what I think then that means is we would like to focus on the ones that focus for young people with the daring adventurer thing, I think. I think adults are less likely to care about this film than children, or at least younger people in general. Dang it, Gold Rush. Can't you do anything right? A horse is freaked out. A horse that was trained for the film can't stand the lead actor. She becomes aggressive when he's nearby and refuses to let him in the saddle. Find another horse. Filming will stop. For 3 days isn't so bad. Tame the horse with heroin? Yeah, we can spend $500 and find another horse after 3 days. That's not so bad. Now what? At his niece's wedding, Keanu Reeves stood up to congratulate the newlyweds with a quote from Romeo and Juliet. When the actor recited the line, "Oh, speak again, bright angel, for thou art as glorious as a winged messenger of heaven," someone happened to yawn. Seeing this, Keanu Reeves flew into a rage and a fight broke out. Oh, my actors are insane. A dog is no. Oh, this is the one where you can wring the dog's neck. It's James Franco's dog. At least we can pay $500 to make James Franco loyal and happy. And there's not a lot of ways early on to be able to get loyalty and happiness. So honestly, that's not a bad event, as long as you have $500 lying around. Laura Croft, Crypt Robber. Woo! Look at us go! We need to get working on our locations and costumes stuff, man. Salvador. Nice. Rolling Thunder, are you gonna make a profit here? Time to increase my pay, I suppose. Oh, now what? Someone put candy in Teresa Barnett's makeup bag. When she unwrapped it, there was shit inside. Find this Joker, yeah! Teach him a lesson. Beat him up. That's why you assign your guy to every movie, because they're often the option to help your actors out the best. Time to increase my salary. Sure. Oh boy, is Rolling Thunder not even gonna break even? Found the suspect in that candy prank. Now one of the extras had the same candy wrapper. He's already gone. She can work without fear. Sick! Oh, please break even. I wonder if High Noon's not even gonna break even then. What the Heart Wants, not a terrible film. I guess paying for your advertising does kind of put a dent in your your profit margins, huh? What the Heart Wants. These are kind of fun. I like this one. And then, yeah, I think we're not gonna be too precious with the running it back strategy here. So let's use our own theaters. And then let's guess. Let's go like a 6,000 premiere, or maybe a 7,000 premiere, I think is fair. And then this should be closer to 4,200 from what I remember. So maybe just 1,000. Like, don't rent theaters you can't fill. All right. You go here. So if this is a romance, it's probably for adults in general. Not really children. Yeah. Dang actors always being embarrassing. We lost $5,000 on this movie. So how? Whoa! What? It's a comedy action that was so low. Huh. Well, what is the reason? I wonder if we were just like competing with other films at the same time. That is fascinating. Interesting. So we paid like way too much money for the money we were able to get in. It's an unprofitable film. We lose some reputation for that, which is kind of unfortunate. Person called in a bomb threat. Blown up during filming unless we reduced it to 8-hour working days. Yeah, right. You're gonna set off a bomb? Do you even know how to build a bomb? I doubt it. I should have ran back that film, I just realized. Hey, it's the police chief! He wants me to make a film about cops, right? What is a major movie? Appeal of 4 or better? I don't even know if I can do that. Yeah, heroes in uniform. We can do a police movie. I'm definitely doing Rush Hour. We'll call it Speed Minute. Hey! Rotten Fates is about to save our bacon. Let's post-production. Best editor we have is Emma Berry. Our best composer, Luther Peters. Can we give you a watch, sir? Although it's not really going to help your loyalty all that much. We need to get better gifts to improve the loyalty. All right, Rotten Fates is... We have so many movies. I hope we start... Ah! Better camera! Buy it. Buy it now. Because you can get the Hasbro Extra, which is really, really good. Go ahead and buy it. And then we would like to have a film period shoot exceeding 100 days and then 5 films shot with the Hasbro. That will just happen over time. Yeah, this is wild. So Felix is writing and he's also researching. So I don't know if that's a bug or what. Maybe they've already patched that out of the game because this video is probably going live well after the day it went live. I recorded like 5 episodes in a row the day this went live, so don't be mad if I'm a little out of date or if there's things that have been changed already. Eventually, time will catch up with me. I'm just very excited to play it all of a sudden. Y'all in the beta have had a lot of fun messing around with this thing, and I have been waiting very patiently. All his defeats... This is like the bandit detective, right? Yeah. Maybe victory will be his this time. There we go. C. 1 star. I'm sorry, Bone Grinder. 2 star. 1 star. Well. So I spent a lot on advertising. So let's see how this shakes out. The last film only getting 50% in its first week was kind of wild. I wonder if that was due to the scandals though, or if that matters at all. Sets and props coming out is great. High quality sets. I think we want to go for high quality sets so we can start utilizing our level 2 sound stages. Let's get sets and props going in here. Plunk it down right there. We're at $1.8 million. We need to start making money. 7 story elements is going to help. Ah, so now the time to research has shot up pretty dramatically. Let's go a free element every 6 months. Knock that out in 400 days. Oh, he's made most of its money back in his first day. Okay, I don't know what happened. I did see this on the subreddit for Hollywood Animal, is that they have placeholder no jokes. So Charlie Graham's wife is overly protective. She stops filming for lunch breaks and naps, and now stands by to make sure her husband doesn't get overheated or hyperthermic. It's greatly slowing down work and irritating the film crew. You kick her off the set, which makes him happier, but also slightly less loyal. We could slow down the filming schedule. or organize that so his wife's breaks don't affect the schedule. I guess I kick her off the schedule to make him happy and slightly less loyal, which is kind of interesting. That's fascinating. I love it. Belle and the Bastard. 2.5. Not too bad. Alan, you're almost to a 3. I hope you get to grow beyond a 3. I would love that. Cinematographer. I guess we'll give you to Thomas Morrison because the other guy is really good. It'll be a while before we get to use 2-star films, but we get to start working on improving the Hespro here. And once we get the Hespro Extra, that'll be like our camera for like a decade. if the game hasn't changed too much. Let's go Vincent Rooks here, Anthony Campbell. All right, so Hopeless Romantic. I think Kristen Stewart can run this one. Daniel, don't fuck this up. You goon. Keanu Reeves, you can be the murderer this time. She's never been the hopeless romantic. She's always been the love interest. Well, good for her. Seems like it's time to increase your salary. Fine. Fine. If you insist. Don't tell me what to drink. Sure. All right, the score has dropped a little bit on Rotten Fates as well. Hopeless romantic, love interest, love triangle, star-crossed lovers. That is a good film. This one's kind of fun. All right. Put this behind What the Heart Wants. This would be a perfect one to run over Valentine's Day, but we don't have the option. So oh God. So 4.6. Ooh. Before we schedule you, how did all his defeats do here? Okay, that's good to know. So running at 7.2 was pretty much spot on. And then, really we shouldn't have rented anything in week 2. So if you're relatively close, let's do the same thing then. So 4,000. Because it was 60 of 5. Maybe we rent, I'm like afraid of like losing out, but let's rent 500 theaters. And then we do 3,000, 3,000. All right. Okay. I'm zeroing in on the right number of screenings to be running. For each movie here. So this is going to be an adult film, not and by adult, I mean aimed at adults, not a pornographic film. You grossos. All right. Ooh, Runaway. Nice. All right, so Felix, aren't you writing something? Yeah, you are writing something. I don't know what to do with you, my man. So, you know, if we can get away with research and then writing something, right? Am I crazy? You know what I really want to write? I want to write Feifel Goes West. I'm just gonna call it that because I don't have a good way, a good other option. I really enjoy that film. It's a good one. We'll say historical adventure, just kind of in general, but mostly an adventure. It takes place in the Wild West. What's the first film called? Where they travel from Eastern Europe to America? Feifel Goes to America? Is that what it's called? Anyway, the main character is Feifel. He's just a child, but I'm gonna call him the working man. The antagonist is like an evil cat. So we'll call him a criminal mastermind. There is a sidekick. A bit of a damsel in distress. There is a shootout, wildly. A struggle for a better life. And in the end, Feifel gets a better life, and everybody has a great time. So, adventure movie. I suppose we give this to Walter West. Walter, can I give you a gift? Oh, I don't have any watches left, do I? I should be procuring watches at this very moment. No, I have 7 watches. What the heck? Hold on. Let's see. Walter, can I? Okay, I couldn't give them to him on that screen for some reason. There you go. Watch for you. Let's give a watch to Felix Hill too, because he's definitely our best writer. Close to whiskey though. About a month away. Now, let's get all his defeats through the theaters here and see how much money you make. Ass! How did I not notice a Squire's story was ass the entire time? That's funny. What's happening here? A lead actor wants to get his son a small part in the movie. Nepotism. He says it's his birthday present. The director said there's no roles in the film for a boy, but Homer Barnett is insistent, and he's irritating the whole crew. Oh, damn, I don't know who I want to piss off more. So it's a loyalty balance. So Merle will gain loyalty and Homer will lose loyalty. All right, let's lean into the guy who's less loyal right now and kind of even both of them out. Gold Rush has finally finished production after like a million. Look at all the negative events that happened. Good lord. Gold Rush was a cursed movie, man. Editor, what do we got as far as other films coming out? A Squire's Story is probably going to be a better movie than Gold Rush. So let's save Emma and give it to Oliver, and then yeah, save the A Squad for the better movie coming out. And watch, it'll be worse. And I will have gambled incorrectly. But we'll see. All right, all his defeats. Let's get you through the film, the theater here to see how you finally shake out. Loon Harbor Angels, look at you. Felix Hill, wow. Let's start the project. Yeah, I'll give it to Edwin. This is what we saved him for. I'm really looking forward to being able to use the better soundstage. Hespro it is, Sonotone. Best producer we've got, best director we've got, and best actors. Look at how many times he's played the detective. I can talk. Oh, I wonder if that's not why the film was like so negative. You know? That I can't even remember what the film was. The one that had 50% in the premiere. That'd be interesting to know. Actors. Emil Reed. Whoa. Whoa. Why are you so free and available? Yeah, get him on board. For sure. 109,000 for an 8-star actor? That's crazy. Almost 8 stars, 7.3. We're below $1 million though, so we're getting in. Oh, I hired him for movies, of course, so maybe that's why he was so cheap. Emil, you're gonna be the criminal number 1 then. Bandit. Okay. Hit it. Start project. No, Steve O'Connor, you fool. You know what that means though? If you fail, we have to give you one of these stupid things to write. Romance on a tropical island with a clumsy oaf? Sure. Don't I have to write a movie about heroes in uniform? Yeah. Let's make that Felix Hill's job. I know I said I was gonna write Rush Hour. This is already a really long episode, so apologies. Or, congratulations if that's what you hoped for. Let's see. Cop movie. Bad Boys 2. Oh, what's the other one they talk about in Hot Fuzz? With actual Keanu Reeves in it? It is Point Break. Spot Fracture. It is action. Kind of an action thriller, isn't it? Modern American City. Protagonist is a cop. He like gets in with a like a gang of surfers or something, and they like rob a bank, or like they're trying to rob a bank. Shootout. I think it's just these two. There's not a whole lot of like other characters going on. Heroes in uniform, I forgot. I gotta include that. And I think the antagonist gets punished. Like he's gonna shoot him, but he doesn't shoot him, and then he like catches him. I actually don't know how Point Blank ends. Weirdly, unrequited love. No, we'll say struggle for a better life because that's what I use in all of my films. All right, cool. And then the Sacred Cup. Did anybody get it right? What is the Sacred Cup? Harry Ray, good luck. All right, long episode here, but we're about to see how our film did, and I think it did pretty good from what I can see down there. Hespero again, Sonatone, all the people. Do I have any actors even available for this? All right, maybe we hold on to the Sacred Cup for a second. And then all his defeats is wrapped up. And, you know, made $500,000. That's not so bad in the grand scheme of things. We were running, yeah, pretty much at, when we're running at a 4.3 or, you know, 4.5 to 3 or whatever, 7.2 is about what you want to run. And then, yeah, honestly, we should be running at like, yeah, like 4,000 theaters maybe for week 2. And then just run it with whatever we have available for the last 2 weeks. Because I don't think I have anything available. Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, I've learned kind of like the right amount of theaters to be running. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, please click the like button. Adventure. Click the like button. It helps me out a lot. If you want to see more episodes of Hollywood Animal or the other videos I have going on the channel, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you have your notifications on so you know when the next videos go live. But until next time, everybody, I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.